they don't have the ability to buy a fight for, you know, they need to be able to take like 15 seconds or so. You know, they definitely increase their in power as the fight develops. You want 2 taunts from that axe, not just
My
one.
opinion is, maybe this is too simplified, but if Slark has a Shadow Blade and TNC is not 5-manning towers at that point, I feel like the game's over.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. That's how I'm feeling about this game.
I think that if Slark got to 3 items, it's just over. Shadow Blade, Echo, Scotty, like, you just lost. And that might even be too much. Like, he might not need that much.
Getting a weird bug here, so reconnecting to the game.
Also, shout out to Blaze for handling the observing. I know that everyone enjoyed the games yesterday from the ISS, but we decided to, NASA no longer interested in helping us broadcast, so we decided to do it in-house.
I am having issues. That's alright. We have plenty of screens for me to watch this game from. I'm curious to see how they plan to deal with Slark. If they're just going to say, we're going to accelerate our own timings, or they're going to attempt to slow down the Slarks. Because I think it's all about the Slark's timings. I think Axe will get his blink eventually, but it's mainly based on the start that Slark has. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so weird against Axe. I can't believe they picked it.
Same.
They might be putting him mid. They even might be rotating him to the bottom lane. They're, like, dodging this Axe almost at all costs. That matchup, like, the way Lycan wins the lane is being able to right-click you more than you right-click him, and by having the Wolves win the trades for him in the later levels. And none of that works against Axe.
I appreciate that the Axe also, like, Chalice and FY, like, they've done this before, and they do it the way I think you need to, where they skill Battle Hunger level 1 and Bolt, and they literally just show up and spam. And you don't want to go level 1 spin. You just harass this guy over and over and over. You use your mana, and like Battle Hunger's a 50 mana spell. Like, come on, just cast it.
And it's the movement speed swing, so you always get those extra right clicks off. So it's not just the damage from Battle Hunger.
It's actually so much damage too. It's how much? 100.
12 times
196 at level 1 for 50 mana.
Yep, that
on
is
a
lot.
20-second cooldown. Like that's 2 spins. That's 3 spins. No, it's 2 spins, but still.
Yeah, and they're aggro tri-laning the Slark, so their choice is, or their decision is to simply try to shut him down. But the thing with Slark with the base HP regen, he's kind of like the new Terrorblade, where he's going to get what he gets in most of these lanes. He doesn't really die because of the pounce to get away, and then he doesn't get harassed down because of all that base HP regen. But the ET is getting the spirit from the camps, and the damage he hits for an extra, basically double damage right now. And
this is also like more of a harassing tri-lane than a slaying tri-lane. But I will say this is the benefit of the TNC draft, where you can't really rotate a Sky. Like, Sky and Spiritbreaker are rotating supports. They want to harass lanes and then, like, roam. And you can't deal with this sort of tri-lane. Like, Bane ET are just trumps to you in the laning phase.
Absolutely, yeah. There's not really... I don't think there's a support duo that beats these 2 heroes in a lane, honestly. But, you know, Sam H going to have a little bit of a rough time top. He is getting decent levels, but Axe is absolutely free farming the top lane. And by no means can Axe... I mean, Axe can take over this game, in my opinion. I think he also is prone to blinking in and dying this game because they have a lot of counter initiation from TNC, but at the same time, like, the cores of TNC do not exactly like playing against a farmed Axe.
I think it's the Lesh as well, right? Where in a good Lesh, like if maybe gets ahead, I think he just dumpsters the game because he's just going to do too much damage.
And I think the Axe and Lesh are good pairing for one gets the ganks and the other one takes the objectives and supplies the damage. So even if they shut down this Slark, I don't think that necessarily means, like, if that's at the expense of both of the other cores of LGD having a really good game, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, bottom lane is interesting. Oh, mid as well. Maybe actually diving in on top of TNC's Dragon Knight. Armel in a bit of trouble, but I don't think he can pressure. He has a 5-stick, but he gets a salve as well. So maybe he's just going to play behind tower, maybe try and deny the wave down bottom. They're going in on the Bane. A bash. Will he be okay? He gets the sap off. One more auto attack will do it. The charge lands first blood. 2x Nova. Kuku goes down. Nightstalker has actually TP'd here. Lycan moving to the top lane to be under-leveled and fight against that Axe. How do you feel about that, PSJ?
That's a PSJ rotation if I've ever seen one. TPing to the bad matchup. I don't really ever. I don't know. I was actually waiting for you to mention this because I'm like, wait a minute. Like, the Skyreth Mage can just come bottom now because that Axe needs absolutely no help to dumpster this top lane. And, you know, Lycan will get what he gets, but with no help, you have a free farming Axe, and that is incredibly scary.
I think it's more like the thing is like previously, right? This would be Axe playing under tower, looking for denies, looking to threaten Lycan. But the new way Dota's played, you do exactly what he just did, where you don't give a shit about the Lycan. He'll just trade. He'll farm under tower, but you'll end up backlaning and farming extra camps.
And he's already level 5.
Yeah.
At less than 4 minutes into the game.
Slark
actually rotated top as well, which is interesting. Avoiding the aggro tri-lane after Nightstalker TP'd back bottom. What do you think? I actually don't know what I think about this. It's an interesting choice to...
I think it's okay because, as I just like, Lycan's going to trade. You can't actually beat the Lycan. He doesn't... You're not countering him. He's just going to farm under tower, right?
And they're putting their strongest hero against the Nightstalker at nighttime.
Yeah, and you don't... Yeah, Slark would be out of lane, considering where the lane is actually kept right now. Axe can't really do much more than push the lane into Lycan.
And he can also jungle if he absolutely, like, meaning like near the lane, like he is doing now.
Like, Lycan has 1,000 health and 9 health regen. I mean, you just can't harass him, but you can kill him, which is what they're going to try to do. Here comes a charge, but I think he'll sniff this out. Sleep on the Axe bottom, though. He's in a bit of trouble. The stomp is going to land. Gets the taunt onto the Nightstalker, battle hungers, but yeah, he's dead. And up top, Lycan just avoiding the ganks. He'll just camp under tower, no problem, but Slark now has his own lane control, and he'll be free farming.
Yeah, he's hurting a little bit for CS, but it should get better from this point on. Unless he gets followed by the Nightstalker, but I don't think Nightstalker has any intention of going back to the top lane.
It's way out. It's just a trade. Everything in Dota is always just a trade.
Yeah, don't sound too excited, alright?
That was a bit of a yawn, you know. Crazy.
I know, I'm kidding. So Slark, you know, if you can leave him alone where he gets these solo levels, this is huge for him. Once he gets level 6, just a different hero in the game. And, I mean, Nightstalker, he's pressuring bottom, but I don't think they really mind Axe's game getting slowed down a bit in exchange. Like, they're basically, as long as LG is having a good time on 2 of their cores, they're okay with this game. And Leshrac, absolutely loving his life in the mid lane.
Charge on mid. He's big trouble D. Oh, huge stomp, but immediately broken on the Spearbreaker for some reason. He's going to go down. That was weird. What was he taking damage from that would break that stomp?
Absolutely no idea. Maybe
it's one of the buggier spells in the game for sure, but who knows?
That spell used to confuse the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
used to and still does too.
Yep, yeah, exactly. He misses the call in the bottom lane, but he looks to be a bit aggressive. He has the Spearbreaker charging, and that was very close to being a dead Nightstalker. He got a couple lucky spins
DK
there.
again. They're going on the middle. Ult from FY lands the stun. Oh, no, sorry, I meant ult from maybe, but yeah, they get him. Maybe. Oh, I like that. Maybe actually doing the cool toggle trick on Lesh, where you can actually get an extra Pulse Nova off to get the damage out faster. So you essentially just after a pulse, you toggle it real fast, and you can get another pulse.
Costs a little bit extra mana.
Yeah,
though,
the activation mana cost, of course, but you can effectively get like 3 pulses in just a faster amount of time, which is what he did there. What a player!
Wow. Subscribe to this man on Twitch.
Also, just bear in mind, while we have a lull in the game, if anyone has any questions, we're going to try and keep the stream up. And, there's a lot of downtime, offsite casting. Feel free to tweet with to anybody with the hashtag MDLAfterDark, and we can get to those at some point in the future. Just checking out the warding. You've got one ward placed behind tower top by the Radiant side.
Let's try to smoke the top right now.
Ooh. You gonna talk about what's happening, BSJ?
What's he level 7 Lesh, the only level 5 Lycan. That was the exact point of this smoke, was they said if we get to this Lycan before he hits level 6, he's going to go down. So even though he has that Helm of the Dominator, not enough to keep him survivable. Incredibly vulnerable hero at this stage in the game when he's only level 5. Armel's going to be pressuring mid in the meantime, but I love the action by Lesh. They don't, like you said, they don't have any counterplay to this. They can just do everything he wants on the map, and Lesh is quite a scary hero when he gets a start like this one.
Yep, and this is the way LGD likes to play. It's almost always maybe making the rotations, making things happen, doing work in the world. Charge going out bottom, but he's going to get slept. Nightstalker here as well. This is probably a dead xNova. Oh, but he uses... Oh, yeah, he's dead. I was optimistic, but he was dead. He also wastes the TP, but it's not a huge deal whenever you're playing Spirit Breaker. Armel with a lot of damage to this mid tower, though, so they're probably happy about that. They might be able to look to finish it. Glyph is down, but you don't want to get this denied. I like this decision from Armel. Your ult is fading. Wait until you can commit to this tower and guarantee the kill. You don't want to get it denied when you're so based on tempo with this draft and you know you're on a clock.
Yeah, and Raven's going to secure his level 6 bottom. Axe has a full Vanguard, so he's quite tanky against, honestly, most of the damage coming out from TNC. And top lane, they are diving the Elder Titan. Get the bash off, 17%. And looks like he's going to pay with his own life, possibly, but at the end of the day, this is just space for the rest of the cores of LGD. And they're actually going to possibly try. No, he's just out. He's just out.
I think the charge bash broke the tree that allowed FY to escape. Or no, I think Ame might have come over and cut it for him, actually. I'm not sure.
Either way, let's go with the first one because that sounded a lot cooler.
Right? Bond, we got Axe cutting wave. He's just hitting tower. And this is the danger with this Axe hero, like, and why I think it can be considered still definitely a counter, is that you can plant him at a tower, and you're never going to push it on him.
Yeah, like and can't walk
and he can just shove the lane and not care. If you kill this Axe, it takes 4 heroes, and in the meantime, the space he'll buy for his team across the map is always going to be worth it.
I think the hardest counters to Lycan are not only the ones that you don't really kill that well, but also protect their teammates from dying to you. Troll Warlord, the Axe, these examples of, like...
They have peel.
What?
Peel.
Yeah, exactly. And Lycan potentially looking to rotate on mid, but he just backs off because he does not feel comfortable diving at this stage in the game. Even though he is level 6, that does not mean he's particularly strong, despite the fact that he has the Helm Dom. It just does not feel good. I hate playing Lycan in these type of games. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, I hate playing with your Lycan.
In these type of games, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all the games, I was going to say. But then I was like, wait.
I mean, yeah, you don't want wins to be too easy. They are ganking the bottom lane. They get the stun off from DK. The stomp follow-up. Look at that BSJ level micro. And they are following it with the T. Oh, they dodged the call, and that was optimistic.
That is a TP that you want to have back.
Oh, top lane as well. And no downtime for us. Keep it up with that quality level observing that neither of us is capable of doing. They are going to get this tier 1 tower bottom. Very important tower to open up the map for Lycan. And bringing down a hero like Axe is quite important. But mid lane, missed the stomp onto the Somnus. Charge onto Tim's. He's going ham. He's in. This is saying, take my body, leave my Leshrac alone. And that is exactly what will happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth 158 gold. Lowest net worth in the game, Spirit Breaker. It's the right move. Just throw your body away. Who cares? I like 2 things about what maybe did there. Unfortunately, the first, that he didn't go to pressure the tower because it would have gone deny range. It obviously did, so they get no gold off that, but he didn't give it too much edict damage. Mid lane, they're going to miss the stomp. Might be able to get a kill here. Maybe hits the double stun. He's going to run right in. Skywrath with no slow just yet, but he's going to catch a stun to the face. Charge in on the Bane. Do you turn now? If you do, yeah, you do. That's a dead Bane. Once again, support feeding away his life to just guarantee his core lives. Maybe Dragon Knight would be fine there anyway, but you know what? You're a Bane. You're the lowest net worth on your team. Who cares?
This is 7.15. Kills don't really
284 gold for that kill to the team of LGD, a.k.a. a creep wave.
And top lane, we are seeing basically Slark just independently with no help, farming up his Shadow Blade. He's almost got halfway there, and like you said, I feel like this game is quite grim for TNC if they are not able to punish before this Shadow Blade comes out. Because once that point comes out, he honestly kills pretty much everyone on TNC.
Yeah, they have nothing to deal with Slark in reality in this game. Every debuff they have is purgeable. Oh, he jukes the stomp just at the end there. Ame on the side. 2 get stomped though, right? Oh my goodness, they are in big trouble. That's a Skywrath ulti coming out on the Night Stalker, almost full duration. They're going to get away though. Spearbreaker's going to run. Skywrath going to the left. That was a smoke used from LGD, however, to no avail. But as you just said, all they really need to do is look to stall the game, because in your opinion, they have the late game advantage.
Might as well just say, as a fact,
in your opinion, they have the factual advantage in the late game.
Exactly. Objectively.
Yeah.
And, you know, he gets Nightmare in the bottom lane, or at the bottom rune to steal the DD, but still level 5 Bane, 12.5 minutes in.
What's funny is that no matter how right your opinion is, there's still going to be somebody listening that disagrees with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the internet, specifically Twitch chat, is that people are always there to challenge you.
Yeah.
You know? And it makes you, it promotes intellectual diversity and, you know, critical thinking.
Yeah,
because we also have too much of it on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's important that for the maybe 1 out of a couple hundred times that I am mistaken, I am able to learn from chat, and it's very helpful.
1 out of every 100, eh?
Couple hundred. They are smoked up in the mid lane. Let's not talk about it. And they still don't have level 6 on Bane.
Quick, will this work?
I don't think so. No level 6 on Bane, and they also don't have DK form for another 40 seconds. I personally feel like Axe will be able to respond to this if he has a TP, which he does. No blink, but maybe they'll get a Skywrath Mage. I don't think it's going to lead to anything of relevance, though.
You think Axe is going to TP? He's just chilling, man.
Well, I'm saying if he absolutely had to, but I don't see how this really leads to anything of value, personally. Other than even if they get this tower doesn't really
matter.
do much.
Yeah, and LGD does like what I think they make the decision that is part of the reason they are one of those top 3 teams. You don't care about this tower. You know that they've set up. They've used a smoke. There's probably vision. Axe is just going to keep pushing bottom, finishes blink. Ame TP's mid, shoves out those 2 waves. Those 2 waves that are about to die to mid tower, those are worth 2 hero kills. Now, maybe we go rotate top because you just picked up a Shadow Blade. No, you didn't get the Shadow Blade, but you got the blink on the Axe. So now you at least have the chance to do it. And Slark's going to buy a sentry. He gets the ward above him. In the meantime, Spearbreaker, he's going to feed again, but they don't care. Axe actually gets his blink interrupted. This could be a huge stomp. Axe in a lot of trouble. You still have a stun on DK in about 4 seconds. No ETLT coming out just yet, though. There it is. That's a dead Axe, I think. Slark in a bit of trouble on the side as well. He's got to be careful. Lycan just chasing down the Skywrath. That is a hero that just feeds. And just after I get done saying how nice LGD is, they have Axe TP into vision of the ward that is most obviously placed there, and the Slark runs over to fight without a Shadow Blade and thus can't really commit and does nothing and then escapes. Skywrath also is countered by Lycan, if we did not believe that.
Yeah, that's quite... Any hero that says, I'm going to get ran at and I can't do much about it is countered by Lycan. The Skywrath is the epitome of that. Surprisingly, still going for a Kaya, which does not render him any higher defenses against that exact thing happening.
Who needs defense when you got offense?
Yeah, best defense is a good offense, but in this case, Slark does finish his Shadow Blade. I think they can still look to take fights, but that is quite exactly what TNC needs in a situation like this. They have the Blink Dagger on DK, so their reach is quite extended, as you like to call the reach, you know, the catch, the ability to pick off these heroes. If they ever see Slark after he has pacted, that will almost certainly lead to a kill because they have a lot of follow-up stuns between the Night Stalker as well as the Bane. But if they ever waste abilities like that on this Slark, that'll spell a lot of disaster for them.
Indeed, and I think that this is a perfect example of like that game TNC. You know, it looks like they're outdrafted. Like, how do they win this game, right? But then it plays out, and you realize, like, you know, somehow they manage to just kill you anyway, and they kill your buildings, and now you're setting up on mid. Axe once again getting spotted. They have that ward. He's gonna die 100%. Super Earn as well. Like, yeah, his regen disappears. This follow-up stun on DK. There is a Yules on the sky on the Lesh, however. He's gonna die before he even gets that off, though. Nighttime pop. The charge lands, but is that really where you want to be, xNova? He uses his ulti as well. In the meantime, Sam H chasing, continuing to find a kill on the Skywrath, who not only is he countered by Lycan, you kind of get ran up by Night Stalker as well, and that's multiple super earned charges. Like, those do so much damage.
One thing I don't like about playing Slark against Night Stalker is usually with Slark you get this like an early to mid game.
Look bottom, look bottom. The setup, that's a Bane with no grip. He can sleep, but do you actually get a follow-up kill without multiple heroes here?
If he lets the Pact go off, he has no detail. He has a sentry too. He knows he's in vision. He knows he sees him, but I don't feel like this is gonna work.
No, he's gonna try. They're gonna sleep him. They're gonna TP somebody in, and then the Night Stalker is gonna be here for the silence.
And he's dead. Wow, the patience. He let the Night Stalker TP into the shrine so that the DK could TP into the tier 2, and wow.
Really well played by TNC. But you know what's crazy? They just got Roche and 5 hero kills, effectively a team wipe, and their advantage is barely 4,000 gold. So you're still at a point where, like, a couple core deaths and the game goes right back to even. There's a taunt onto the ET, the Skywrath combo. Part of the reason they use that as an opener. Very effective. Immediate lands the kill.
And I was just going to say that Slark's team usually gets this vision advantage because he knows when you see him. And the thing about the Night Stalker is, like, they still got caught out on the Axe from that ward vision. And I think it's super important to keep in mind the vision in this game because the team that gets the jump is going to win the fights almost certainly.
Yep. And I'm not sure LGD is going to have the damage to counteract TNC's timing. They've pretty much hit, but give it like 5 more minutes. They're going to be going for the It looks like the Crimson Guard on the Night Stalker. Lycan's going to have that BKB. Dragon Knight's going to have a BKB. And they also have the Elder Titans. Like, their damage output is sick. And now they're going to initiate. DK gets the stun blinked by the Axe. xNova throws out the charge, but he might just die for that. In the meantime, a sleep going off as well. Where the hell was that? He slept a teammate. A grip going off onto the Skywrath. The super earn on the Spearbreaker as well. In the meantime, Slark on top of the Lycan. Landed the pounce backing away. FY is going to buy back. In the meantime, team fight going down. A taunt immediately on top of the Blade Mail. And Leshrac pumping out the damage. Gets his Yules off just in time, but he is in some trouble. There's the thing. He dies. Split Earth goes out. That's not a Split Earth. It's an Earth Splitter. And TNC kills almost everybody.
He charges away, gets stunned by the other thing, and he goes down.
And in the meantime, Ame messed with the Lycan for a little bit and then just ran back mid to farm.
Yeah.
Because he's a Slark, and you just really don't do that much at the
this
moment.
stage in the game. Yeah, nope. Absolutely. He wants to, like, take a long, drawn-out fight. And the thing about TNC's fight is they do have the Lycan ulti, as well as, like, these other committing abilities that the fight's going to be over pretty quick, I feel like. And so, to LGD, it's a little bit awkward at this stage in the game, down by 4,000. They have the Aegis on the DK, and it's just hard for them to fight into them right now, pretty much. Leshrac hasn't hit his timing yet. None of their 3 cores, other than the fact that they have the initiation and some AoE damage, don't actually offer team fight in the way that you want it, I think, in this game. It's too much to control on the side of TNC. A lot of tanky, brute heroes that are not easily bursted, and they're just going to walk down mid. And not in the way that you see in my pubs.
No, they're doing it in the proper way.
Yeah.
As a team with a coordinated game plan to win
yes.
versus intentionally losing.
Yes, exactly. I usually prefer it this way.
Oh, Axe gets initiated on once again. As you said, that vision advantage, that initiation almost guarantees the fight win. The double stun on top thanks to the Centaur. Still a silence on Axe. And man, that super earn does so much damage to an Axe that's so reliant on regen. And it also, of course, does that max HP magic damage. And you just keep going. You're just running over LGD right now. 20 minutes in, 19-8, 6K gold lead. Aegis still in hand. Blink Dagger up on the DK as we can see. And immediately initiates onto the Skywrath Mage. Once again, he's going to possibly die. There wasn't a Spirit ready, so there was no stomp. The charge gets interrupted. A grip onto the Lesh. The sleep on the Spirit Breaker. And maybe he's just going to explode. They're just killing. Where's Ame? He's just chilling bottom. He's like, boys, what? I can't carry. You're dying too rapidly for me.
Yeah, Slark does not counterplay this kind of stuff. He creates the plays himself, and he's probably going to have the TP. What? What am I missing here? Wait, what?
What?
Got him.
Okay. Well, Ame dies. He gets the Bane, though.
Yeah, worth.
He got that Bane. Did you see that?
Did you see that? I saw that.
You know what I saw? I saw a play that I could see you making someday at a LAN BSJ.
Hey, man, I said you should TP the second he should, But I probably would panic in the moment. You're right. I'm not going to even debate that.
I don't know if that was panic. I think that was planned.
You think that was calculated?
I think that was a calculated. I mean, if I were to grade that play like it was an English class and that was his homework, I think that's a solid B+.
I respect that. Could have done better, though. Even if... I feel like I would have gotten the kill and gotten away.
That would have given you an A.
Yeah, that's an A. But
not everybody's got your Slark, though.
I mean, what is it? It takes 700 games to get there, so... And even then, still a lot of work to do.
You played 700 games of Slark?
Yes.
Wow, I couldn't tell. Lycan's going to continue pushing bottom. He's closing in on that BKB.
No boots. Oh, no, he actually has boots.
He has treads, yeah. I like
confused me when I saw the
I think
treads.
it's no boots or treads. I really hate when Lycans just have brown boots.
I can agree with that, actually.
Because the treads are actually one of the most value items in the game right now. I advocate for them.
Is no joke.
Yeah. Seriously, they literally just made strength better. You get a free 25 attack speed, and 10 stats that you can swap is just super nice, especially on any hero that might have mana concerns, because just tread swapping just makes the hero better. Chalice, once again, getting slept on his initiation. He's going to get stomped, then he's going to get stunned, and Chalice, he's just dead. And who said Axe was a counter to anything? That's what I want to know.
I mean, Axe is a hero that if he gets gone on first, is probably one of the most useless initiators in the entire game.
Chalice is 1-7-0.
But that one.
Sometimes you go from 0 to hero, and sometimes you just stay a 0.
Yep. Want to tell us your personal life story?
You know, actually, when I write my autobiography, that's possibly going to be the title.
Oh. I mean...
Life as a 0 because
Yeah,
if you never
surprisingly,
change,
yeah.
like it's a perspective you don't see very often from people in sport. I feel.
Nobody gives the 0 perspective.
Well, I think it might just be because nobody cares, but maybe there are books
care.
about that, but like no one buys them.
Yeah, probably haven't heard of them.
Because you've written some books, right?
I have a diary.
Ah,
Yes, it has some
I thought there were
intimate-
audiobooks. I have like set 1 through 8.
Wow, there's that many sets.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the guy that made that poster of me on Reddit as well. The one that I'm flexing. Probably the same guy. I
mean, maybe he just goes to the gym with you or something, and he just sees you in front of the mirror all the time.
I mean, I don't know how you're possibly supposed to work out with that distraction, but we have TNC grouped up in the bottom lane. They simply do not care.
Look at the health on Night Stalker. Like Vanguard, Casual, Hood, Spirit Vessel. He has 3,000 health, guys. Strength heroes. What the F?
Yeah, I've been seeing like some clockworks where they just go these items and they just throw themselves in. And it's like, take my body as it will. You can't possibly bring me down fast enough.
ET didn't even get the health talent, right? Level 15 with the Yules. He has 1,600 health. The Dragon Knight's got 2,400 and the Lycan's got 2,500. So, and this is what I feel like when you look at the LGD draft, that's their issue, and that's part of why they're losing this game. And that, yes, it looks great on paper, and they do seem to have the better matchups, but a lot of their damage is burst, and they are static numbers. They can't actually deal more damage at this point in the game because they're completely spell dependent.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with you.
And Slark needs time in the fight, right? Lesh has X amount of DPS, and Skyreth has the ultimate, acts as like the one taunt. But essentially, if you don't kill anybody with that, TNC's damage is we're just going to click you. And
I
we
think
have
at this
spells
point,
to boot.
they're not killing anybody with that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think TNC, you can wait for next Aegis, but you have the BKBs, so I actually think you can just go win the game. Roche does spawn in 1 minute. They have killed the bottom shrine, so I think realistically your best bet here, control vision in this area. You have Night Stalker. You wait for nighttime, which is 3 minutes from now. You de-ward this area, take the tier 2, take the shrine, set up for Roche, get Roche, go win the game. That's what I would do.
What do you think TNC's going to do next?
I think they're going to force a team fight at daytime. Ame's going to rat bottom, get the racks, buy a rapier, LGD wins.
Nailed it. That's exactly where I was going with this game. That's where that about summarizes the game plan of LGD to win this game at this stage. At the end of the day, if TNC manages to throw a one-team fight, this game could absolutely spiral the other way. Because the way that they're snowballing is being unkillable, and that changes pretty drastically with one lost team fight. But I have a hard time envisioning that happening.
A charge coming in with the Spirit Breaker, but that's just not going to happen. They de-ward the high ground, as you can see, so they get the one ward that LGD had placed. Obviously, they still have 2 more. I do like and respect what LGD has done, though. They ward defensively in this position, so now they can camp Spirit Breaker on this high ground ward. They place another ward. They know that they're smoked here now. The nighttime's pop, blink in from DK. Axe still not taunting. He misses the taunt actually on top of the Dragon Knight. He gets stunned. That is a Blade Mail, however. Slark is in the fight as well with his fresh BKB, but he's literally doing nothing. He gets gripped in the face, takes an Earth Splitter to the jugular, and explodes. Maybe he's not going to get chased down. That Lycan just destroyed him. ET in melee range, plus hero with 0 armor items. What's that spell, BSJ?
Natural Order.
No, it's DE double dead. And that's what happened to the entire lineup of LGD. That's going to be a rags. It's time to cut it and run, boys. You can't kill anybody. Huh?
He said he had no armor. What's that spell? And you confused me, man. I only had one word that entire team fight, and I whiffed it. But Axe with the dieback.
That's because English is just such a hard language.
Yeah.
Because what's that spell could refer to what's the spell that's making that happen, BSJ?
Yes.
And in that case, you would be correct. But I was thinking, what does that spell is in? How do you actually spell that were you to put it in a dictionary? So it's really, we're both right. Which, isn't that great?
That's a beautiful thing. That's the way I like to think about it. Neither of us is wrong. And once again, it's not the 1 out of 200 times for me.
They're going to do Roche now.
And Axe is dead, no buyback. They know this. They have no fear. He's the only initiation and counter-initiation on their team that they are afraid of. Leshrak, not so scary with just 9 Bloodstone charges and a Yules at this stage in the game. And Slark goes in. No BKB activated. And I'm pretty sure he's just going to die after this.
Maybe.
He's fine, actually. He's got this. He almost got away.
Oh, big stun for maybe. He's going to turn around. Oh, wait. Nope.
Axe goes in one by one. And they're calling it. They're done.
Wow. How rude. Chalice, though, doubles his kill involvement right there at the end of the game. That's garbage time. 3-pointers chucked up. All it does is affect Vegas' line, which pretty soon we might even see in eSports.
I heard, isn't it illegal now?
The federal government essentially said, hey, guys, hey, kids, gambling
is okay.
Is okay.
Yeah.
So we're, go